Hopefully.
Back again. Try to start a little earlier this week. Bad for you? What's going on? What up, Grandpa? Give it just a second before we start here. And I'm going to move you a little closer so I can actually read. Whoa. Yeah, it's usually about, I feel like I was doing good this week, getting in here as quick as I did, because usually I'm at a minimum 5 minutes late every time, but anymore it's just, disrespect that, what is going on here? Well, welcome back to, another week of just chasing down clout criminals. And YouTube is just infested with it, so it's a violation. Yeah, I know. Here, yeah, I guess I gotta get myself at least once, huh? So that's it. That's all I get though. Like everyone, I think some people have this weird misconception and don't realize that the rules don't exactly apply to me as they do everyone else. So like, yeah, I mean, you'll get it eventually. So I started this week with like Jeff Schroeder, and then we jumped over to Daniel. I think, is that where I started? Yeah. So we're gonna basically cover everybody. I keep getting questions. Joseph, what's up, brother? I keep getting questions on when I'm going to upload the first episode of the like real clout criminals. I guess we'll call it episode 1. And that's that Buckin episode. And I keep getting people asking me about it, asking when I'm gonna put it on the normal channel. And that's oh yeah. So behind me, and because of the stupid lights, you probably can't see it, but there's a list of people that basically keep this channel moving along. That's Ground Pounder, J306. Check out Jay's 39 Coupe. He just put some primer on it, and that thing is 6. The channel is J306. JAY306. But Ground Pounder, Jay, Joseph. Oh, no, sorry. Ground Pounder, James, my brother, 5Chris5, and Super Shay. So I just wanted to thank them because they're the members that, that's where the actual Clout Criminal episodes are going to go. Eventually, like I said, I will trickle them over to the normal channel, but that's kind of where I don't really know. I don't have a set, like, I'm not set yet, if I'm being honest. I don't know for sure what I plan to do with it. It's going to be specific a little bit to the members, though. But, okay, since I've had enough kind of people asking for it, I am going to release what I'm going to call episode 1.5, okay? And that is Buckin. It is another episode with Buckin. So for those that are asking for the memberships video to come over, I'm still going to leave it in memberships for right now. I have a brand new, I think I have like a 18 minute video that I'm going to upload tomorrow to members. I'll put a video over onto the channel. And then I don't have very much editing to do for this Clout Criminals 1.5, episode 1.5, because it's basically a watch-along review. So you may catch a stray. That's just kind of the way this works. But yeah, I find those really fun to do, and maybe I'll do more that I'll put over onto the channel. And just know, if you like what I end up putting on the channel, the 1.5 episode, the actual episodes are much better. I put more time into them. So I'm naming my channel Husqvarna. Kurt, you better not. Then we become mortal enemies instantly. Don't do it, Kurt. Don't, Kurt. But yeah, that's the game plan. So because I keep getting asked about it, I'm going to make another episode. Well, I've already made it. It's a shorter one. But episode 1.5, I will put that up next week, early next week. So that'll go straight onto the channel. And then I'll be working on episode 2 for the members. And I'm trying. I have too much. And I don't want to take from the live feeds that we do. I don't want to take from the normal channel, and I'm still trying to do memberships. So yeah, I'm whining, I'm crying. So ignore me. Let's start this whatever number this is. I don't even know what number we're on. I know we've been doing this for over a year again. Last time I think we almost got to 2 years straight without missing a week. I don't even know what episode we're on. We're over a year worth, I think. So, yeah, let's start. I just put up on my community page a video. I put the link up there. The channel is called Belco Wood, and I wouldn't run my channel like yeah, that's right. That's right, Joseph. I agree with Joseph. You're just starting off like as an inferior channel instantly by naming it that. I'm just playing, or am I? No, No, actually, that's almost a violation. So, all right, let's start. Did anybody see the Belco wood video? I left a link in my community page and said we'll discuss this first thing. The video that I stumbled across was called World's Best Arborist. Shows technique to take down huge maple tree or huge oak tree, or I don't even know what kind of tree it was. Huge tree. Okay, so first of all, the guy had no ropes. So this is, I want you to, first you have to picture the world's best arborist. Okay, the world's best arborist has this massive, it's pretty good size oak tree, it's pretty fat. It goes up to its first fork at about 12 foot, 10 to 12 foot, forks out a few times. And this guy is standing in those forks after going up a ladder. He leaves his ladder, he climbs up, he takes his big chainsaw, and he's going to show us these techniques for how to take down such a massive tree. He's in the middle of a cemetery. There's these nice little wrought iron gates that go around some of the plots, and he's just throwing chunks off and smashing it into them. And it just, it's, I just was at a cemetery and did a tree, and I was so, like, beyond cautious. I just don't need that juju. That I feel like I'm the type of guy that something, if I did something wrong there, it would haunt me. Literally. So, first of all, world's best. You don't use any ropes. He doesn't have a saddle on, don't have spikes on, has nothing on. He is standing up in this tree in the fork with a chainsaw. He climbs on top of the chunks of wood. He is like, I don't even, like, one-handing back towards himself with the big saw. And his techniques are, if you've ever taken down a big section, you'll cut the chunk of wood, then it's so big that you can't move the chunk of wood. So then you have to do something. So he slices the chunk of wood in half, and then he can manipulate the halves much better than he could the full piece. So he is just sectioning them off and throwing them down. He's kind of recklessly throwing them down, which is kind of crazy, and he's just smashing them into these people's, like, little fencings and whatever. I mean, he's the one that's got to deal with the aftermath of that. So I personally, I don't know how I should take this, because world's best arborist isn't the same as the world's best tree climber. Is it? Because I feel like if it is, I personally take offense to this being the best. You know, you can't just say someone else is when we've all established that I'm the best. So that's how I got the badge. So I don't understand where this guy even gets off, technically, where he gets off naming the video that. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But I mean, technique. There was no technique. There was, you can leave a section there and then section it off. You can handle it better. The guy was very, very just kind of crazy, reckless. Well, not reckless. You could tell he has experience running a chainsaw and piecing things down. But for God's sake, you automatically, the offense would have to be fraud, because how can that guy be the best and I be the best at the same time? It's not possible. So by, like, process of elimination, he is not the best, I'm still the best. So you can check out the video. It's Belco Wood is the channel, and the video is World's Best Arborist shows technique for taking down big tree or oak tree or something like that. Yeah, I know. I have to make sure that I don't put too many personal feelings into it, Joseph. I wanted to just instantly shoot on him. Like, say that he ran or pulled a gun or something, because I'm real offended. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like that people can just do that. They can just name something, knowing that it's not true, knowing that I'm out here, like, still alive. There's one day where I won't be here, and then you can start calling videos stuff like that. But I mean, for God's sake, if I'm still here, just let's be real with ourselves, you know? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, it's a big trunk in a little section, but like the title saying "World's Best Arborist" shows technique for, and I thought, well, maybe I'll see something that I've never seen before. And when I clicked on it, it was just a ladder up against the tree. A guy climbed up into the first crotch. Um, couch. Would you put couch queen? Um, I would call this type of climber a crotch queen. Like, they stand in the first crotch and they cut everything like from there. And he's like, must be very comfortable up in that standing. I don't know. I really don't know. It was very, very, very awkward. And I just think the title oversold it and was an absolute lie, um, personally speaking. Like, what up, Super Shay? How are we, brother? Hey, thanks for joining membership, Shay. Appreciate you, Peter. Um, so yeah, check that guy out. And let him. I mean, if you want to, you could let him know that he can't be the best if I'm still here. So next channel, we're gonna go over check out Jeffrey Schroeder. Crotch cutters. There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them out there, and some of them have like a silver tongue, and they just have the ability to talk people into letting them do it, and it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. I put up a baited post just sometime last week of a prune that I did. I feel like people think when they hear the word prune, it means shrink, cut everything off, top. It just blows my mind. And I put that video up, and everyone was like, I put the before and afters, and they were like, you didn't do anything. And then I got one that told me I should have took this limb and this limb, and then I needed to take a bunch out of the top, and like, it just, until I tell you what the task was of pruning, you can't tell me it was wrong. So, what up, Dan? Jeffrey Schroeder. So, the video was Jeff Goes Logging, urban logging, he put in quotes. It was a pretty good, like, all action video. Was good to watch. And at the end of the video, he was discussing what trees he had left to do on the property, and then he said that they're starting to talk about doing the stump grinding. And not much, Dan. How are you, brother? So he's talking about like if he plans like that the customer's going to talk about maybe grinding all the stumps out, and he's like, I'm probably just going to bid it high. That way, it's like worth it if I do get it. Because anytime I've ever been involved in any situation like that, it isn't like a simple like notch and drop. It's the worst when you get it and then you have to do it and it's not worth it. So I get exactly what Jeff is saying there. It's the sucky part of the work. So like it should be worth it. And you almost like price yourself on the high end, where sometimes maybe you come in on the low end or mid. You come in on the high end because you almost hope you don't get it. So if that makes any sense to anybody. Squirrely John, what's up, brother? Where's my prune juice? Okay. Next, Daniel Murphy. I went over to Daniel's. Check his channel out. He put out a video called Trisecting the Notch. And for those that are curious who Daniel is, I did an interview a few weeks back. or maybe a week back or something like that, with Daniel. You can get to know Daniel a little more. We just kind of asked him a bunch of questions. He's a polarizing figure because, like, it's either you are okay with Daniel or you dislike him. Like, he's definitely anchored a few out there with being opinionated. So yeah, but that's apparently that's Daniel. So Daniel Murphy. The video is called Trisecting the Notch. And you'll get no favoritism over here just because I interviewed him. So, alright. Advanced short bar techniques. That's what the video was called. I don't relate to this East Coast short bar thing. Like, I don't really get it. I've never gotten it. I would much rather use a bar that's long enough. I feel like there is a certain technique and skill that you're going to develop by using those small bars when it comes to matching cuts up. But I just don't ever find myself needing that skill very much. Like, I don't understand that. So like if I needed, I would just use the bigger saw. So Daniel's showing how to use a short bar and take the notch in 3 chunks. So you cut the notch out, then you bore in, and then you knock it out like 3 pieces at a time so you can finish the cuts if the bar's not long enough. But the problem with that and Daniel's video, and I'm going to have to hit him with at least at a minimum, I'm going to give you a warning this time, but if the video's called Trisecting the Notch, Advanced Short Bar Techniques, he showed the notch, he showed that it had been cut, but then the video just ended. It just like didn't do anything, it just ended. You could have got that same information across by just putting a picture in your community page. You should just put a picture. And like I expected when it was a video, I should be watching a video that shows something. So oh my God, that guy's here. What up, John? Damn, Tim's here. What up, Tim? Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, dude. Yeah, dude, you have to stop. Like, my Jake is like seconds from like filing a identity theft case against your Jake. His name, you know his name's Little Snatch. Let's leave it at that. You got to stop calling him Jake though. I was confused as hell as I was watching your video. It took me forever before I realized who you were talking about. You kept calling him Jake, 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 and everyone knows his name's Little Snatch now. So, all right. So yeah, Daniel. I seen the notch and I seen the cuts, but I like didn't get anything from that video. You blue balled us, basically. You blue balled me. I thought I was going to get to see how to use a short bar to make a big notch and how to trisect a notch, and then like I just got to see the notch for a couple seconds. So you blue balled me. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So let's not make a habit out of this. You need to show me the notch. Show me what you're gonna do. Do it. That's everybody gets. I give a little leniency, but I'm gonna give you a little pass. All right. So then we're gonna move to the next channel, and that'll be August Hunnicky. August put out a video called Cutting a Sketchy Tree, Cutting a Sketchy Dead Oak Over a Shed Held Together by Hope. And, is it like an old head thing to call it belly rigging? Like, I don't like how everyone has their own names for everything. I don't like it. So, like, I don't like it. People say all kinds of stuff that just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, but yeah, he called span rigging belly rigging, and it really annoyed me. I don't like that. So um, he should just call it the right name. The belly sounds. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. I don't like it. All right. And then in his video, he was showing span rigging. Wasn't what he called it, but he was showing some span rigging, and knowing where that piece is going to settle during a span rig is a little bit tricky, and it's something I don't hear people discuss much at all. But it basically boils down to like your high and low points. So like, I don't know if I could. Okay, let's just do this. I have this thing here. Spin over here to that. Is it show? Yeah. Alright, so we got that thing. Oh, I can get a little light out too. Oh, what the hell? See? I'm magic too. You've seen that. Alright, so this apparently, if you're an old man, this is hilarious because I'm older than 90%. But yeah, if you're old, you would call this belly rigging, where you clip a piece in here and you rig off this, so it will ride down this like that. I guess I could show you a piece real quick, and then I want to explain to you. It's not. You can actually dial this kind of setup in a little bit if you understand your like high and low points. So we'll use this piece here, run the ring through, or the clip through up there. And you could clip it right up there where it's at, but this way I could maybe retrieve it a little quicker if I was down low on it. But come on. Okay, so if this piece was hooked up, let's say it's right there, all right, where it's settled. Now, if you notice, this is your low side, this is your high side. So the piece, depending on how much weight it's got, if it's light, it'll kind of stay in the middle. But if it's got some weight to it, and it can move on the line, it's always going to drift to your low side. So if you had like a little structure right here, this would work perfect because it's going to want to drift this way a little bit as it comes down. See how it stays to this side? And it'll want to lower over there. I could keep lowering it. And it ends up on the low side. Now if I change that, and I put this high now, let's see if we actually get it to move the other direction. And that's like the easiest way I can explain how to control a span rig, because you're technically giving up some of your control by doing this, because you don't have it fixed. It's moving on a section of rope. So now we have it back up there. This is a little bit higher now, only about an inch or so. Like I should have went a little higher, but we'll make this work. Yeah, I should have made that higher. If I drop it down here. It's also going to depend on like what you're using on the clip too to create friction. So the anchor's way over here now. It's probably hard to see on camera, but when it settles, it's over here. The other one was over here. So like, it's always going to drift to your low side. So if you're using span rigging, that's just a little trick that can kind of help you, where you can at least get it a little dialed in on where the piece is going to land. The best way if you want to control it big time, is just get a tagline on it. So belly rigging was low. I know. It makes it sound, I don't want to sound weirder than I already am. So like, I'm just going to call it span rigging, since it is span rigging. And Zachary, what's going on, man? How are you? Brian, what's up? Useful explanations, thank you. No problem. And if you want to dial that in, sometimes the friction, here's another little trick. So you can always, let me explain something here on this. So when you have this set up, this almost did it to me. But if you have something with enough friction, I'm trying to think of what you could use. A double ring sling. Now, if you have it set up and they're similar, you can get it to almost travel all the way to that one by adding friction. And that's because this side of the line is fixed, this side is moving. So it's always going to want to drift to that fixed side because this one's moving and it'll start to like drift it over. Like even with these 2 points, that being the high point, the friction makes it stick on the line, so it goes way over there. So just adding a little twist there to make a little more friction with these little rings, you can kind of manipulate it there too and get it to really drift over. As you can see, that's the low side, because as you lift it, it goes over here. But I can get it to drift all the way over there by putting a little more twist like that onto them rings. So that would be like having 2 full rigging rings. It almost fixes it to the line, and the friction lets it travel slower. You can kind of speed it up and get it to move out. But yeah, I don't know if that one made as much sense, but it's a weird little thing you can do. My pleasure, Brian. Alright, so who we got next? I'm going to skip over that one. Okay. Alright, so next was Game of Trees. And this guy's always doing something, isn't he? I feel like he's always doing something. So, the video from Game of Trees that I seen this week was called Tiny Little Birch Takedown. He wants you to buy some spikes from him, some distal spikes. Apparently they cost $300, and then you also have to pay for shipping. I feel like it was like his first time ever wearing these spikes, and he was already like swearing by them, just like he broke all of his rules to do the Milwaukee video where he one-handed a chainsaw when he says he doesn't do that. The YouTube thing cringes me out, where they're always trying to sell you something. I cringe when I see it every time. So crazy. Hell yeah. I know I'm starting to get hot in here too. So, I haven't been tubing hard enough. I've been sick for 5 days. I got you here. You were tubing. I caught you for a second. Gotta bounce, y'all. Daughter's having a sleepover. Right on, John. Hey, thanks for stopping in, brother. We appreciate you. Yeah, I know. Shay's slacking. But, yeah, he just always in his videos, he's got to start things out, and he's got to try to sell you something. So, yeah, the benefit of being a supporter of him is that you get overpriced merchandise. So that's the part that blows my mind. You support me, you follow me. So this is what I'm going to do. You can buy this product for me that costs more than it does anywhere else. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anytime I've done something and like told you to go anywhere, it's because they gave me a discount to give to you guys. So that's the only time I've ever done that was, hey, go check this out, and you get a discount. You get it cheaper. So it absolutely blows my mind when I see the YouTubers that like want you to buy things from them that cost more like from them than it does anywhere else. So I don't know. I guess you can buy stuff from him if you want. If you just got more money and you know what to do with. But yeah, a benefit of being a supporter of him is you get overpriced merchandise. But in the video, at least he didn't use his like technique that the owner of Foot Locker told him. I still haven't gotten that whole story figured out, but something to do with Foot Locker. But that's what he calls his climbing setup, and it just looks like it's from the 80s. So it was just nice to see him actually use a climbing device on the way up a tree. That was kind of cool. He cried about his knee the entire climb, and so it was kind of hard to watch. He's just so slow moving, and everything he does, he's got to talk about and like give you the Latin term for it, and it's exhausting to watch. So that's why I didn't watch much of it. So yeah, Game of Trees, they're having fun over there, but the problem is like I think they're the only ones having fun. Next channel, let's do Super Shave, and this guy gets a little bit of a warning at least, just for you. He self-titled his video. You can't self-title. I mean, I guess you can, but channel is called Super Shave. The video was called Super Shave. You're making it difficult for me here. When I'm trying to explain what's going on here, I'm just saying people think that there was like a skip in the video and I'm just stuttering now. But yeah, video was Jesus Christ, I knew I was getting a draft here. Whoa. Almost snuck out. Yeah. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah. Yeah, Super Shave. He's alright. He's pretty good, I guess. So go over to his channel. He's okay, he's good. Like, he's good. He's not me, but he's good. So go check out Super Shave. For God's sake, let's get the guy over 1,000 subscribers. He's put in enough time. He's made enough videos. Like, I'm sure people watch his videos and you ain't subscribing. And right after you do that, go join my members. All right, next, Zacchaeus. Quotation, Zach Riggs. Video is called Dump Truck Repairs. And basically, he's just a good modifier. Like, the kid is very creative. And I say kid, he's not a kid. He's a grown man. And yeah, he's a grown man. And I need to give him a little... That was like, when the kids see... He's not in trouble right now. Actually, that was a little celebration siren. You know how when you see a dump truck or a tractor trailer and you do the little... And it's beam beam? That's kind of what that was. For Zach. Because his starter stash that he's growing, sick as hell. Like, I backed the stash 100%. So, I hope he grows an enormous mustache. And he's just like, almost like a Cheech Marion style. But, yeah, I respect the stash. Bottom line is, yeah, I respect the stash. And, yeah, he modified his bed. And, like, welded on the headboard. I didn't even... Like, his bed is literally, it's got a headboard and shit. I didn't even know it was called that. But yeah. Yeah, that's what he did in his video. So go check it out. But, he's he probably don't need me helping him. All right. This guy, Woodroy TV. And I watch Woodroy stuff. I try to keep up with it. And because I think the content is good. Like, it's, I don't know. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I'm like, dude, no. So I don't know. It's wishy-washy for me. The video is called On the Hunt for the Best Climbing Boot. So, you know that people are going to click on the video in the hopes that you're going to give them information on finding the best climbing boot. I mean, wouldn't you say? So, I click on the video. I'm expecting this guy to give me information on finding a very good climbing boot. And it's not. It's just a video of him going somewhere and buying the exact same damn boot that he bought to begin with, like that he was already wearing. He wasn't on the search for the best climbing boot. He was on the search for the same damn boot that he already had. That's what he should have named it. Like, on the search for the same damn boot that I already got. And then put an A at the end of it because he's Canadian. So, I don't know, man. I feel like I was missold. Like, that just wasn't what happened in the video, and I didn't get any information on any boots. You know what? Let me give some good information on boots. For those that are looking for a boot, make me have to teach, like, he sold you short if you ever watched this video. You didn't get any information, so I'm going to give you a little bit. Now, as a climber, there's a couple different things you should think about with a boot. Do you do a lot of spurless climbing? Because if you do, you can get some of them boots that are more like a climbing boot. They will help a lot. Now, if you spend a lot of time in spurs, I would recommend getting a logger style boot that's got a big heel. Because the way spurs work, these boots have a steel shank in the arch of the foot, and then the heel holds the spike on. So some of those hiker boots that you get, if you try to wear a spike with them, they don't have enough of a heel, and you'll lose the spike off. It'll be really floppy and loose. So you spend a lot of time in the spikes or in gaps, get a logger style boot. Now, the taller the boot, the more one it will be with your spikes. So remember that. If you get a tall boot and wear them with spikes, it's the most comfortable thing. But I'm not the biggest fan of a really tall boot. Maybe next time I'll try some tall ones again. But they just get really hot in like the summer and stuff. So there's a little bit of info on boots because Woodroy didn't give you no damn information. So climb all day, 16-inch. I like my Hicks boots for in spurs. I don't like I've never wore your Hicks boots, but they're nowhere near as comfortable. Any hiking boot like that are climbing boots, like the Evos and stuff, they're just not as comfortable. They're just not in spikes. But they work better for spikeless because of the treads that they have on them a lot of times. And the fact that they don't have a big heel, so you don't get your heel caught on stuff when you're trying to keep connection with your foot onto the object the whole time. So I like the Evos. I mean, I think you could get used to anything, man. I really do. I think as a climber, you could get used to anything. And I'm sure that they put a little thought into those boots and made them better than some, knowing that people are going to want a boot that's does both. So I didn't say I don't like them. I just said that a logger boot with a heel and a steel shank is more comfortable if you're spending time in the spurs for any length. Like a long time in the spurs, I don't want to have those kind of boots on. It just makes the spikes, the gaffs rub in weird spots up on your calf and stuff because you got movement down below, and I don't know. It's just my experience with it. Did I skip anybody? Let me catch a couple of these. Um, I have old Spurs. They were worth around. I have the old Spurs there. 451. Had a heart on my leg bone. I had to cut felt in my winter boot. Well, I'll tell you something I came up with, and I'd never seen anyone else do it. But you can go get these sponges. They're like for cars. They're these big black sponges, and you can put them in your spurs on your pads, and they're really comfortable. And you can just get them off of eBay or the internet or something. And they come vacuum sealed, and I mean, I think Tim knows. He copied off me, so. Do you wear soft toe or hard? I like a soft toe, a composite, a composite toe is really hard a lot of times, but it does pop back up. Like I've had things smash down on my foot, and the composite will go in for a second, and it'll say pop, and come back up. So I don't want a steel toe because I hear those horror stories where people get their toes chopped off. I would just rather them be broke. Westco's are nice, but spendy. Yeah, I like Carolina. You know, bucket truck at all? Just curious. No, no, Brian. That would if I was in a bucket truck a lot of times, I would probably almost invest in like some sort of a back support kind of thing and make sure that I had really good insoles and probably different kind of boots because you're standing in one position a lot. Yeah, hey, try it out, Tim. You may like it. Son of a bitch. The funny part is no one else is gonna get that, and there was a lot of time in this episode wasted on it. So, by comparison, hey guys, everyone, how good? Ah, Jeffrey, what's going on? I got him. Dude, sweet. I love it, Jeffrey. And dial it in little by little. Each day when you climb, you'll get a little bit more of an adjustment. Like if someone's seen the way my leg straps set on my saddle, it's weird. They're like bow-legged up a little bit, and they dip down and like up onto the back of my calf. And I need them like that because if I was to set them the other way, I don't have much of an ass on me, so they'll ride up too far. Like I don't got them cheeks to be like stopping it, like Little Snatch does. Little Snatch, he's cheeked up, so like he could like leave his pads a different way. I got to keep mine out so that like they don't ride up a bunch. So I kind of leave them a little loose, but it took me a long time to get my shit locked in, Jeffrey. But that's so sick, dude. That's awesome. Shortening the brave helps. Yeah, shortening the. Okay, awesome. That's cool. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, it's getting deciding how far you want your device to be. Personally, I like my device to be almost right below. Like if I was up on it and standing up, locked in, I kind of want it like here. I don't want to reach for it ever. I want it to be kind of close. And sometimes I feel like if it's too far out, it's getting caught onto things. And when I rope walk, it's awkward. And so you dial all that stuff in. Just keep that information every day, Jeffrey, and download it and make the next day just a little bit better because of it. And eventually, everything will be so comfy and you'll just, it'll be second nature. Most of the time, we always seem to be cutting big white pines down here. You're always going 100 feet or more to cut the top. Right on. I use hitch cord for adjustable bridge. Huh. Yeah, I like my I just don't get the adjustable bridge thing. So like I don't hip thrust ever. And like I want all my devices to set the same way. To the point that I even put a ring on, like I have to have this ring on some of my device or onto my saddle, because a normal saddle, when you clip in, your carabiner goes like this, which a lot of times is going to turn the device sideways. It's going to be at a quarter turn, and I don't like that. So with a ring, it gives you another quarter turn, and now you've got the device lined up the way you want it. And that's just one of them little things that over time I realized I needed. It's nice when a device has a swivel to it, but they don't all have it. So. It's pretty damn mandatory for me. I saw aluminum insole. Yeah. That's crazy. Right on. That's not a bad idea, man. I mean, a real thin, yeah. And just to make sure that it always stays as one. Because a lot of times what'll happen on a boot, especially these, I can show you, because I think where is it? Oh, yeah, it's right here. So what'll happen is, this one, it didn't happen. It ended up breaking there first. But you can see the big spot, like this is where your spikes will set up in there, and they're not, like when you're stepping, they're not below the insole here. And that gets uncomfortable with some of those. And when it has a tall heel like that, the spike sets up in that gap, and then everything's even. When I wear other boots, it's too far below. But yeah, you'll get that crack here sometimes where they'll break. And you guys want to buy this boot? How many times have I tried to sell you that boot? One of these days, you guys, somebody's gonna buy that boot. It's a nice boot. Heel too small, dude. Those are so worn out. That heel is so worn out. Yeah. Which one of them is? Yeah, you start to get this. You see how it wore uneven? One side gets worn out because you have your gaffs on. So you kind of walk on the side of your foot at times to make sure that you're not dulling your spike repeatedly. Well, then I started using pole gaffs, and pole gaffs are much smaller, so I don't have that worry anymore. Hoffman has a taller heel. Right on. Yeah, it'll get it further up in there, and I feel like the further in there it is, the better it's going to be secured. But at the same time, I don't want to be walking around on high heels. The heel sometimes can really goof you up, like when you're trying to climb down a ladder or something. You ever feel your heel catch, or you get your heel stuck on a spot? It can be aggravating. A lot of times I'll use my heel to wedge into a crotch while I'm up in the tree instead of my toes, because it crunches your foot all up. Or you can, if you got a big thick heel, you can use just the heel into the crotch and wedge it into there, and it pops out a little easier too. Maybe that's why my heels always mess up. Can't use pole gas here. Shit don't work. Really? That's wild. Yeah, I know. I don't really spike my way up anything anymore. I rope walk up and then use it in the canopy. And then I guess still on the way down you would need to. But yeah, I mean, we have shag barks and stuff that it's a little trickier with it. But I don't know. My pole gaps have always worked. I used to prefer pole gas. It won't work here in Oregon. Right on. Okay. So I got. Oh no. Okay. So let's check out this channel. So I caught a little bit. It's ZD Climber, and the video was called Super Leaning Red Oak Rigging Huge Pieces. I think that's all the title was. Dude did a nice job setting up rigging in a heavy leaning tree. Those are always difficult. He used a couple different trees to cause some redirects and stuff to get some compression and make that work a little bit better. So that brings up something that, like, that video, go check him out. It's ZD Climber. He's a good climber, really good. Some of the pieces he rigged out were fatties, but it was a very entertaining video. Go check him out. But that brings up something that I've wanted to bring up that kind of bugs me a tad. All right. Most tree guys don't talk about this, but I get this all the time where I'll have to rig out something and someone will say, there was a perfectly good blah 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 tree, buy it, why didn't you rig from it? And by, like, maybe sometimes by the video it looks like it's maybe closer than it is, and it's maybe not. But there are times where it could be an option. For me personally, I make using a separate tree to do my rigging almost one of the last options. And that's only because of what happens when, and even when I watch guys use that. Did a good job rigging the big stuff over there. Yeah, it was gnarly. He did a hell of a job, Bert. But at first, bad for you, I thought you were talking about ZD Climber, and then I'm like, what? So, there you're talking about Aspen, I think. So, when you're using another tree to rig from, or to rig your stuff off of, you're up in this tree and you're rigging them over. I see so often where guys will be breaking branches out of the tree that they're rigging from. Or they just go natural crotch and they burn that crotch of that tree all up trying to rig from it. Or they'll swing huge chunks over and smash it into that tree. And so I tried to do you garden, brother? Yeah, I'm that's basically all I do. I'm a glorified gardener and YouTube share. So I get rigging off of a neighboring tree, but a lot of times when you're rigging from a separate tree, the amount of swing involved is crazy. And it ends up hitting other trees, breaking limbs out of other trees, and just is a bit chaotic at times. But I mean, you can do that. I feel like I would get into a big mess with somebody or homeowner because you're going to damage other trees trying to use them to rig another tree out. So it ends up being my last option. But people tell me all the time, like, why didn't you use this other tree? And I'm like, because it's like I didn't need it. And then I'll watch people use separate trees to rig from, and a lot of times they're blowing like chunks off of it into the, like, smashing wood into it and bark's flying off the trunk. They'll break a limb out of it. They'll break a limb out of a tree that's by it because stuff's swinging so hard. Or, like I said, they're using natural crotch rigging, so they're burning the crotch of the top all up. We always try to rigging off of another tree or the furthest limb of the tree to make a swinging stage, which is less hard on the guy on the ropes and safer for the premises. I mean, maybe depending on the situation, maybe. A lot of times when a guy's rigging and you're at a different tree, you're swinging stuff at him. stuff smashing into the tree and it's flying all towards him. The potential for it to break when it's like dropping in and swinging so far is, I personally think it would be higher. Um, and the damage that ends up being done to the tree, even when you let the rope run, if they let the piece run and it's swinging from over here and it swings down, bam, it hits. You can damage the roots to a tree, smashing chunks of wood where you free cut them and hit just like you would a septic tank. You could blow the whole bottom like ring of roots on a tree by just bombing stuff out onto it. So, hello from Ukraine. What's up, Ev? How are you? But yeah, that's just, personally, I try to make that one of my last options. I try to avoid using another tree, and if I'm using it, I'm using usually a rigging point here and here. That way I can lower it into it or gently send it over and transfer it. I just see too often where it's just like chaos, smash, chaos, smash. If you're taking that tree out too, like ZD Climber was, why not? I totally back it. You're taking that tree out too, swing it and smash it into it. Who cares? But when you start smashing trees you're not taking out or damaging the roots on trees that you're not taking out, that's where I try to avoid it. But you can do whatever you want. That's not me saying you shouldn't do it. That's just me saying I personally avoid it. So, I just know how pissy people can be over the littlest things. So if you slam a chunk of wood into a beautiful oak tree and it's got this big wound on it now, and it ends up catching some airborne pathogen thing, it wipes it out. You know, I try to stay away from it. That's just me. Smash, scratch, boob, wop. I dig it. Okay, I told you, episode 1.5 is coming up. It will be, I will get it up as quick as I can. I need to export this video tonight, and I'll get this up to you guys tomorrow is the plan. It'd be like an 18-minute video of this tree that had a big union, or basically one of the tops to this tree had began to separate and split long ways down it, and they were afraid the neighbor was going to blow the neighbors, like one half off to the neighbors and one half onto her place. But the problem was she did not want me taking the whole thing off. She wanted any part of it she could save. So it's like trying to appease this person, but like, you know, so definitely not going to be my finest work. But it is what it is. It was an emergency thing that had to be done. So that'll be kind of fun. But I'll right after that, at the beginning of next week, I will release episode 1.5, which is another episode on Buckin. And I'm sure you guys, yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. So let's go to Buckin Billy Ray's channel right now. The video was called Slow Down, You Have Options. And, dude, in the video that I'm going to put out for you guys, one of you guys is a female. I don't even know who it is. According to Buckin Billy Ray, one of you all has a vagina. Whoever, like, and you make YouTube videos, and one of you all has a vagina. So think about that. I don't know which one of you all it is. I'm leaning towards Tim. But Buckin talks about somebody in the video. He doesn't have the balls to say the person. So instead he just uses it as an opportunity to boost his self up, where he says I seen something, but I don't want to name it. That's lame. That's like, don't even bring it up then. Don't bring it up if you ain't gonna say who you seen, like, and you don't want to name it. So Yeah, one of y'all has a vagina. So who is it? Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know, Tim. That's what I'm hearing. I'm gonna get to you right after Buckin right now. But and we'll talk more about you having a vagina. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So Buckin in this video, the video is called "Slow Down. You Have Options." He talks about how people will be searching on YouTube, and he is bound to show up in your algorithm because he's put out so many videos and his channel's so big. If you search things like chainsaws, sharpening a chain, falling a tree, or climbing trees, he says you're guaranteed basically that he's gonna show up. So that's why he's afraid to call him a little snake. Yeah, I know. Like, we're gonna get to that. Like, yeah, you're on to something, Bert. Like, we're on to something here. We're gonna get this whole thing sorted out. But just give me just a second. So, for God's sake, I hope to God that when people look up tree climbing, they do not pull up Buckin. That is the premise of the video that is on my memberships right now, is that guy should not be teaching anyone how to climb a tree. That is absolutely crazy. And like, I'm going to be young forever. I'm never going to be old. But like, I feel like when you get old, you like start lying. And you're like, when you don't know what to do, check with an elderly person. He literally said this. Listen, he said, one of you guys has a vagina at one point. And then he said, well, technically, he didn't say that exactly, but close enough. But yeah, he just, I don't get it. He's like, if you ever get in a spot that you don't know what to do, go ask an elderly person. That's what he said. So if you're ever up in a tree and you're in a pinch, come down, walk to the closest manor, and ask some guy that's got dementia what you should do, and do whatever he says. That's what I don't know. That's what he said. So that's what I got from it. But he says he's going to show up. I like, please, I have a problem with this. I don't like this. This isn't right. Like, I don't like that YouTube would suggest when someone's looking up how to climb a tree that it's going to pull him up. This is no good. This is no bueno. This is not going right. Like, we got to fix this. Like, I feel like no one else is doing it, so I'll do it one video at a time. But this week, Buckin has been putting out more falling videos, which is basically where he's at his best. That's where he shines, is falling trees. I feel like at best, he's a good logger. So, and a very good chainsaw dude. Like, he knows how to make a chainsaw run really good, and how to, just the ins and outs of a chainsaw. And he's really good at sharpening saws. He understands it. He's very good at explaining it because he's done 9,000 videos on how to sharpen a chainsaw. But damn, I don't keep up with it. What if he has 9,000 videos on how to climb a tree? I bet he does. I gotta block them. Somebody's got to do something. This is crazy. But yeah, yeah. One of you guys has a vagina, though. Let's go to the next channel. I don't know. I think maybe more than one of you. Like, there may be a group of you, actually. The more I think about it, there's got to be more than one of you. It's shiny? Dang. That's crazy. What the fuck is this with a vagina? I don't know. I don't know, man. But apparently it's a thing. Alright, let's move to Veterans Tree Service. Tim put out a video. How to be 10 times faster cutting down trees. This video, it just kind of starts out a little sus. So, I'm gonna hit him with one of these for a sus start. So he explains to Little Snatch that he plans to make all this wood mown. And I'm like, I don't know about this video already. Like, I'm like one foot in, 1 foot out. I'm like, I like Tim. He's all right. I'll keep watching. So his plan during this job, I think, where he takes down like a couple trees. There's just a couple of little trees, a couple of short trees. He's gonna fall these trees, but he's gonna leave the biggest hinge that he can because he loves the moaning. That's cool. I mean, you like what you like. You like what you like. It is what it is. I don't. Work's not the place where I don't know. That's watch the video. You'll see it. But apparently, as the video goes on, he's like falling a couple of these trees. He lets us in on this little secret that he used to use his left hand, apparently, to stop his chain. He didn't use the chain brake. He just preferred to grab the chain with his left hand repeatedly, and has cut himself numerous times because of it. Sounds pretty tough. Like, I back it 100%. Like, I feel like those tender-handed people use the handbrake. Tim would just grab it with his left hand, and just, it was like 3 little trees, something like that. I don't. You have to see the video, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you see it. But of course, him being a YouTuber, he made it so much more dramatic, and it's like I said, there's like 3 little trees, and so he's like, all right, YouTube, let's take down 18 massive trees. They're like over 100 foot. I'm like, sure, dude, I bet. So, I think you should use the handbrake from now on, even though just using your hand to stop the chain is pretty tough. I would just, you can just use the handbrake from now on. You gotta stop calling Jake. His name's not Jake anymore. My Jake, like I said, is like halfway. The dude is so serious. He's sick of this. He's absolutely sick of it. And unless you want a case on your hands of identity theft and impersonating another, like a cooler Jake, he's got to stop, dude. Just call him by his name, Little Snatch. You guys decided the name. I didn't decide the name. It's not my fault. Like, was like, hey, this would be a great name for this guy. You basically named the guy, so I'm like, okay, that's his name from now on. He needs to keep that name. Oh, this guy over here with the blade. What a YouTuber. God, dog. Don't grab the... I'm hit him with one of these right now. It's ridiculous. It's not a blade. This dude is such a YouTuber. Alright. Okay. But, so then, Tim says, okay, you want to know what grinds my gears? And I'm like, no. And then he told us anyway. He asked me if I want to know, and I told him no. He still went ahead with it, which is kind of rude. Don't ask. But he's like, he hates it when guys put a rope in a tree when it's leading the right direction. I don't know. My problem with this is that you are a sissy, a pussy. And you won't say the name of the channel you're talking about. So he says he really grinds his gears, or he likes to grind on, he said something about either being mad or sexually aroused by when people fall trees and they put a rope in it when it already is leaning the correct direction, which I kind of back. The problem with that is there were many trees in his video that he walked up on and would say, it leans this way, but in the video, it doesn't look like it at all. And I get where those very opinionated people that watch these videos are like, why didn't you just follow it? It was leaning in the right direction. Well, hotshot, a wide angle lens doesn't always show a lean correctly. So sometimes maybe it looks like it's leaning in the right direction when it's technically not. But Tim says this really grinds his gears. But then he flakes out like a pussy and says he's not going to say the name of any of the channels. So I'm going to give you one chance right now to go ahead and say the channel, or else just say it. Don't be a sissy, because it's either you say it or from here on, Lil Snatch, his sidekick, is Big Pussy. So we're going to have Lil Snatch and Big Pussy. I'm not calling you Tim no more. I will call you Big Pussy from now on. BP. Dude, say it. Say it. Oh, don't pretend like you're not here no more. Say the channel. Seems like he's ran off, eh? Found some things better to do. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Say it. Big Pussy it is. Damn, dude. Jeez. That's lame. He just ran off now. Now he's gonna pretend like he ain't here no more. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So according to Big Pussy, he does not like it when people put ropes in trees when they are leaning the right way. Oh, no you didn't. No you didn't. Holy shit, Tim. Oh my god. Ah, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I knew it was. I fucking knew it was. I knew it was. Oh, he's just gonna. Oh, you son of a bitch. Holy shit. He's out of control. Why would you say that, Tim? That's messed up, dude. What the fuck? Just straight talking trash now. It's kind of rude. Alright. Okay, so you can keep your name, but he's still gonna be Lil Snatch. Let's get this straight. So you can pick out a better. If you want to name him something else, I'll let you name him something else. But it can't be Jake. My Jake already said no. So you son of a bitch! What the fuck? God damn it! Give my gun. Oh shit! I'll just cut you with this damn thing, dude. Fucking rude. He's joking. He's joking. This guy doesn't. It's out of his damn mind. Now he's lost his mind. First he was talking some truce there for a second. Took him a long time though. I feel like he had to change his tampon or something. It took him that long, and he had 3 fucking letters to type. Think about that. Think about he had 3 letters to type. Don't pretend like you weren't shaking and all scared. And that was hilarious. Thanks, Tim. But you were joking. Tell everybody you were joking when you said me. I don't like that. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, now shut up. No, I was begging for you to talk for a second. Now you got somebody shut this guy up. Um, what is your opinion about Tran? Tron? I don't know. I never watched that movie. Wasn't it a video game on Atari? It's wild, ain't it? People are crazy. But oh my god, you got a 10-second timeout. That's fucking hilarious. The ground pounder hit you with a timeout. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Woody Hart, have you ever cut down any eucalyptus trees before? No, I have not. They're like one of the most fascinating trees in the world to me, though. Especially that rainbow eucalyptus, they are insane. That's just, I don't know. I'm always in awe. I don't know if I could cut one down if I had to, but he made me do it. And I know he's lying. Like he was like telling the truth for like 2 comments, and then he lost his damn mind. But yeah, that's not nice. I can't believe you said that, Tim. You're crazy. So I had say the name or shit. Okay, so so then okay, in his video, after he decides to be a little pudding cup and not say the names. Whoa, did you hear that was either a banshee or a crackhead? I live by some railroad tracks. It's probably a crackhead. But that was crazy. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but so he talks trash on pull ropes, and then like the next tree, I timed it, and I had to do some movie magic because he edited it to make it look like it was faster than it was. But after doing all the math and like really breaking down where the sun was at, I calculated it took him an hour and 14 minutes to get one of these trees over banging wedges. And you can't talk trash on somebody that pulls a tree over with a rope when you take an hour and 16 minutes. I hope that's the same thing I said the first time. To bang a tree over with wedges. So in his video, he tries to make it look like it was like maybe 5-10 minutes. No. But yeah. Why did it take you so long on that tree? An hour and 16 minutes of banging wedges is crazy for one little tree. But then what else? He's fallen a few of the trees right at Little Snatch. Like you are about to destroy Little Snatch. That sounds crazy. But yeah, it's I mean, basically, I got to hit him with one there for reckless endangerment of Little Snatch. Oh my God, you did it wrong. Okay, and then Tim, okay, I have here, you did it wrong, Tim, and I got confused for a second. But in his video, he, like, I can't believe, I'm not, but he does, for some of you that have never heard of this channel, it's JLM Tree, let me get it right, because I don't want to get it wrong. We're gonna give him a little attention and go maybe check him out, but it's JLM Tree Service. JLM. Well, Tim does this thing where he says, I'll see you at the top, and he like shouts him out like they're girlfriend and boyfriend, which is cute. It's cute, you know. But Tim did it wrong. He smacked the camera and then was actually at the top. That's not the way you do it, Tim. I don't know if you've ever watched his videos before, but that's definitely not the way it works. You say, see you at the top, YouTube, and you smack the camera, and then you do at least 2 more clips where you're still on the ground. So Like, if you're gonna do it, I feel like you should do it right. That's just me. No matter if I'm even doing something silly like that, I still would do it correct. I seen in the video, I watched a little snatch. He tied in correct, and then like next to him, Tim's climbing a tree, and he's all stupid tied into like little branches. Like it's already a little tree, and then little branches, and then next to him's a little snatch, and it's like, dude, why is everything so little? But I want to shout out Little Snatch. He did a good job with knocking the top out of that tree and then send a couple logs. He actually landed his flat, and yeah, I I don't know. Little Snatch may be better than Tim. We haven't. I mean, we'll figure it out. But on the descent of the climb, Little Snatch was coming down, and then like he turned into a little spinning pinata there for a second, and that was kind of funny. But it's wild to me to see somebody learn how to climb and do it with like a rope runner pro, like or a rope. I don't even. He's on a device, and it's hard to get them things dialed in, even as an experienced climber. It's kind of tricky. So, but as the video goes on, and we had a little snatch spinning, we had a little spinny snatch, little snatch pinata was there, but when he finally got down, they had a couple more of the trees to fall, and at one point, the fence gets smashed, and I mean, I'm gonna let Tim decide who gets the blame. Like, does Little Snatch get the blame, or does Big Puss get does Tim does Big Puss get the blame, or does Little Snatch get the blame for the fence getting smashed? I don't. You got to go watch the video. Just go watch the video. That's what I mean. The video. I don't even remember what it was called. What was it? Oh yeah, how to be 10 times faster cutting down trees. But go check him out. Tim's. He's learning. He's learning. He's getting it. He's doing all right. He's. I mean, but he's just. It's little. It's just little. So. Not pretend like that's the first time you heard that, man. Let's be honest here. So then we get to guilty of treason. And then I'm like, I skipped over one of his videos this week because I'm like, I'll watch that later on, right before I do this episode. And then I went back to go watch it, and it's not there no more. Why did what happened to the like Cena pairing video that he put out? He put out a video pairing two Cenas together, which the only reason it popped in my head is my younger brother had just called me. He got some Cena headsets and he was trying to figure out how to link them and pair them together. So he had just brought it up to me, and then I look in my subscriptions, and that video was there. But then when I went back to watch it, it doesn't exist anymore. So. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why he took down that video. Now I wish I would have watched it. There must have been something really, really bad in it for him to take it down. So that's the rumor I'm gonna start right now. Something super illegal happened in his how to pair a Cena 10A blah 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 whatever. In that video, something very illegal happened, and it had to be washed from the internet. So. That's just it's the rumor I'm starting. So I thought he had took a video down too. Yeah, I think he's trying to hide evidence. But I mean, at least he's doing better than before. He's like, hide the evidence, dude. Nobody's trying to get you in trouble. We're trying to keep you from getting in trouble. So, yeah, I was just kind of curious if anybody else caught that. That's kind of interesting. Then he puts out this video. It's called "What Was I Thinking?" This job was way underbid. And, I don't know. It was nothing. I don't know what happened. Like, it doesn't seem like the same YouTube channel. Even with the fun banter between the two of Randy and him, it just doesn't seem like the same YouTube channel anymore. Something happened, and like the life was sucked from the channel. I don't really know, but I think it's a bummer. Like, since all this happened, the content is getting very, very slow, and it's changing a bit. So hopefully homie's doing all right, mentally, because he was stressed there for a while, and you could see it. So hopefully he's doing good. But yeah, he doesn't need any more subscribers. He should actually give me some. So I'm not even gonna say his channel. Guilty of treason. But yeah, that's that. Then we got Jeffrey Schroeder. He puts out a video called Risky Elm Removal. And I'm like, okay, I'll check this out. You see a 30K? I didn't see anything wrong with that video. Weird, huh? There must have been some incriminating evidence in it. So he got a full-time video guy now. Yeah, I know. Pretty wild, huh? Vid was still up earlier today. I checked. No. Or maybe it was early today. Because I would say around 11 to around noon is when I checked. And I didn't see it anymore. I just yell at everyone. They love it. They yell back. I yell at the homeowners. That's sick, Joseph. I back it. So Jeffrey put out this video. It's called Risky Elm Removal. And he was using a tree next to it to rig from. And just like I was talking about, he goes to rig the piece over and it smashes into the tree and a big section of it breaks out and goes into the neighbor's yard. I don't think it broke anything or damaged anything. Kind of lucky in that situation. But once again, like there was like 3 or 4 different situations this week in videos that I watched where someone was using a neighboring tree and it went hairball. But that's why I try to avoid it. You make sense. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's just an old grapple hook. There's been times where I'll take it, and if we needed to like hook into a tree that was out into the water, I'll throw it out there. I have another one over. Yeah, I have another one over here. That's kind of similar to. These are just old antique ones that I like bought at flea markets. But yeah, this one works really good too. But you can hook your rope onto it, chuck it out into the water, pull stuff out of the water. We've had a couple times where we had to do stuff like that. But yeah, that is the original Captain Hook. I can't think of a clever name. You put me on the spot. Yeah, I can't think of anything. But yeah, that's just something to look out for when you're using another tree. Try to, if it's got a long swing, no matter where that piece is going, if it's swinging a long ways and it's going to impact something, put a tagline onto it and add a little friction. Let it transfer over easy. That way that ground guy that is right there isn't being, smeared with shrapnel. Not shrapnel, but pieces of wood. Yeah, just my little 2 cents worth. So we will end, well, I guess the last channel for this week that I'll really get into is going to be, did I skip anything? I know I skipped something. Oh yeah, I skipped JLM Tree Service. What up, Patrick? So JLM put out his video, and Tim's talking trash. I don't know, but I don't know why he did it. but he did it. So JLM puts out climbing and cutting down a maple tree with precision. And that was part 1. In the video, he's like telling me how I should treat my groundies. I don't understand why dudes do that. Like, knock it off. If groundies deserved respect, they would climb. I mean, really. Right? Did I miss? No, not yet. No, I didn't make it to you. So, yeah, I don't know. When you say precision in a video and then all you do is go up and just free cut everything, that's weird. That's just weird. There's no precision to free cutting a bunch of shit. But and then you'll turn around as a channel and then whine and complain that over 80% of my subscribers or my viewers don't subscribe. Well, stop lying to them in the video titles, in the thumbnails, and then see how they react. See if they start to respect you. The viewer maybe starts to respect you a little more because they know that they're not being lied to from the get-go when they go to watch a video. I'm guilty of it. Most YouTubers are guilty of it. But there has to come a point where you just stop lying to the viewer and you try to be as straight up as you can and saying removing a maple tree with precision, and then all you do is just free cut a bunch of shit. It just it's like that's weird. That's weird. But I feel like I can say this because I'm subscribed. I like the videos. I subscribe. I do everything I would want someone else to do for me in my YouTube channel. I would appreciate if people hit the thumb. I would appreciate if people subscribe. Especially if they watch my content more than once or twice. I'm kind of giving you a service. This pause. I'm entertaining you. That's what I'm saying. Ignore the first thing I said. I am not doing the first thing. I am doing the second thing. So I feel like subscribing's free. It's fucking free. So push the damn button. Liking a video or disliking it, it's free. You can just push a button. So yeah. And then if you want to do something that's not free, go join my memberships. Where was I at before you guys made me bring up my memberships again? Oh yeah. So then he puts out part 2. Climbing a so it changed. It's the same damn tree. He stopped halfway through the tree. That was part 1. So part 2, the tree has changed apparently. So now it's called climbing a massive sugar maple tree and cutting it down. I don't know. I mean, when something's 60 foot at best, does that constitute being massive? Do you get to? I guess you can judge everyone's opinion on that may change. Maybe for that region, a 60-foot tree is massive. Maybe it's enormous. You guys should check out Perry Trees. Adam Perry. He got 100K subs in less than 2 months. Dude, I 100% will. Yeah, Patrick, I'll definitely. He put one out. Damn, okay, I'll check it out. It sounds familiar. I may have seen something before. That's sick. I always am fascinated with the guys that hit the lottery doing this, and they just got it. Which it's fascinating because you got idiots like me that have held on to the car and have been drugged for miles and miles to the point that none of my limbs are worth even living anymore because the road rash of being drugged and just trying to hang on for so many years has just ruined me. But and then you get other people that jump in and they just knock it out of the park. So I don't know. Short views. Yeah, shorts is what can, but you can build a channel off shorts. And then just continue. I see a lot of channels, they don't have content, they just have shorts. They don't do anything other than make shorts. So that's whatever you want to do on your channel. But he gets to part 2. Let me get back to JLM. He does part 2, and it's called Climbing a Massive Maple Tree and Cutting It Down. This is back to that, why can't we come up with like a little bit more of a universal set of names for things? It would make things much easier. YouTube, they got big trees, mine aren't 100-foot or widespread, but JLM are so tiny. No, his trees are big. Yeah, I know. Subs come from shorts. Yep. Yeah, that's where I've gotten a lot of mine from, is shorts, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't even have a lot. You still have to get me all them subscribers I was talking about. Tim buys subscribers. So if anybody wants to figure out how to do this, he buys them. He knows where to get them at. And he'll buy you subscribers. He's going to give me some. He told me the truth one day. I was like, dude, you didn't earn all them subscribers. Just tell me the real truth. And he's like, I'll buy them. And I'm like, cool. You give me some. And he's like, yeah, I'll hook you up. But he's flaking and hasn't got me. So there's a whole science to shorts patches. Yeah, I can imagine. There's probably a little bit. The local steel dealer. Dude, we discussed this last time. I walked into mine and asked them about subscribers. They look at me like I was a nutcase. So I feel like you're lying. So I'm going to have to make a trip to your steel dealer so I can get some. But in this video, he calls open-faced notches, he calls them wide mouths. I don't know. When people call things weird names, it's like a pet peeve of mine. I wish there was more uniform, like, terms for things. Because I've seen in comment sections where guys are arguing, they're like, that's belly rigging. No, it's not. It's span rigging. No, it's belly rigging. No, it's span rigging. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Hey, you guys are both right. Like, if you're 70 or older, it's belly rigging. If you're, young like me, and you're only like in your 40s, then it's span rigging. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. So, I call my open face cut capacity. You're adding to it, Brandon. What the fuck? See? You guys are crazy. Yeah, so he's like, this is a wide mouth, or I don't even know what he calls it now. A wide mouth. Now I'm getting all aggravated. And then, apparently, so he calls wide mouth notches, see, now he's got me. He calls open face notches wide mouth notches. He calls massive, regular medium tree, juvenile tree, little tree, calls it massive. Like, I don't know. But you have to remember, maybe for that area, it is massive. I don't live where he lives, so I don't know. So, I hope I remember that. I want to steal that. Oh, don't. This guy's always stealing shit. Dude, you were just talking about it. I can't let you just talk about stealing stuff. The hell, you not see this badge? See? I'm being too friendly. I'm talking about stealing in front of me. Alright, oh my god. And in this video, it gets even better. He gives Tim a shout out. So these two are playing kissy face together from video to video. And, like, Tim's, like, smacking him and being like, I'll see you at the top. And then, like, he's all like, hey, Veterans Tree Service, Tim. But this guy talks about some other YouTube channel in every single video. So usually it's August. And he talks to him like they're like best. Hey, maybe I'll come out and work with you one day. Have us out. We'll do some. Man, I don't have it in me. I don't tube hard enough, I guess. Because I'm definitely not inviting myself to someone's house that's probably never met me or doesn't even know who I am. So, But I mean, that's to each their own. Tim made it clear that he is a fan and that he basically inspires to be climbing these massive trees that JLM climbs. You know, because like we were talking, Tim's got them little trees, and then he sees this guy over here that's doing these massive trees. So he's like, let me shout this guy out because this guy, I want to be like this guy. And I'm like, this is weird, but you guys can do whatever. But apparently in this video, he's like, hey, Tim, we both use the rigging rope to get down. That's tight. We're brothers. And I don't like it. Just kiss already. That's what I got to say. Just kiss already. Just get it over with. So, I don't know. I don't know if he really likes Tim or if he's just trying to get closer to Little Snatch. But it's suspicious. It's all suspicious to me. I'm suspicious about everything. I'm on the lookout. I'm paranoid at all times. I don't trust nobody, and everyone's gonna get it eventually. Everything I said was true, to an extent, and well, it was all truthfully, well, how can I put this? It was, truthfully my opinion. I mean, it's all, I mean, I guess I don't really, I can't really make that much up. Maybe a little. But it's pretty much all facts. Hey, YouTube makes a guy paranoid. Yeah, if you spend too much time on YouTube, you'll start to get paranoid, and you'll go crazy. And I don't. I've done that, and I don't know. It starts to either, because if you're gonna be on it all the time, you're always catching hell from trolls and shit. So you almost become emotionless and dead behind the eyes. I've been there more times than I would ever admit, but a little jealous to me. Dude, I don't want to play kissy face with him. What are you talking about? Tell me I ain't jealous of nothing. I ain't jealous of nothing. Yeah, I ain't jealous. I just thought about it again, and I'm like, am I jealous? And I'm like, maybe a little. And then I was like, no, I'm not. I don't even care. I don't even want to be there. Yeah, because if you give a damn about what people say, they'll turn you until you get real negative and like, I mean, there's a lot of good people on YouTube, but you don't really, those negative comments are the ones that hit you. What is this? Basically sawdust. Like, I'm such a tree guy that I pack empty cigarettes with sawdust and smoke them. So yeah, see, I'm telling you, you get the truth from Tim over here. He's told the truth a lot before. Like, there's that video where he admitted who the best was. And then in this video, like today, we had discussed this other guy trying to pretend like he was the best when everyone knows already. Not the best, he's not. But, yeah. So I'm just going to talk to you guys for a little bit. We're at like 150 right now, so. Let's What's wild is more people have unsubscribed from me than my cat. You son of a bitch! That's rude, man. That is rude and unnecessary. Like, to come over to here, especially during this, what I do here, this public service that I do, trying to make the tree industry better and make people safer, and I'm just like shouting people out, trying to do them favors, trying to help them out, and you got this jerk over here making rude comments to me for no reason. I don't even deserve it. I'm a nice guy. It's rude. It's just rude. It's rude. It's just rude. I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, it's true though, isn't it? That's the part I really don't like. I really hate that what you just said is probably true. Yeah, now I'm getting pissed off when I'm thinking about it. You ain't playing. That was truthful. Maybe you didn't mean for it to hurt my feelings as much as it did, but there was a little bit of truth behind that. And that's just statistics. What was that noise? Why should I be making noise? Stupid. Oh, we were going to have a replay of the skunk incident. That was crazy that night. Don't hate the player. Someone's going to get a time out. Let it go, man. Yeah. No, I like a little bit of banter back and forth. It's kind of fun. I do appreciate that Tim can take it and give. Why does everything kind of sound a little sus? I like that he can take a joke. That's what I mean to say. Yeah. Why do I? That's like 2 or 3 times that I went with like the most sus way to word something. And for anybody that was wondering, that was ashes of a sycamore tree that I was smoking. You pussies talking about how it hurts your lungs to breathe the sawdust from it. Try smoking a cigarette. Straight 100% sycamore sawdust. Like, it was soft. So, I don't know. I was in a good mood till Tim hurt my feelings there. Now I'm all messed up, emotionally, mentally, but ticket GP for instigating. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that's just kind of what we do over here. We may stir the pot a tad. I'll smoke it, no problem. Jeffrey, are you tough enough to smoke? Dude, don't go out smoking sycamore sawdust and die on me. Like, don't do it. I was just, there's a term you're supposed to say when you give bad information and you know you're lying. It's, alleged. That's what I have to do here. Everything I said tonight was all alleged, but possibly 100% fact. So just remember that, and then you can judge what you want. As I say, not as I do. 100%. Yeah. That's why most of the rules that I talk about, like, they don't really apply to me as much as they kind of just apply to everyone else. That's the benefit of being like the big dog and the gatekeeper, the sheriff. I have many nicknames. Cool. Some people just call me cool. So it's always good to have at least one good instigator in the crowd. So yeah, well, you don't get a name like Big Puss if you ain't telling. So you better smoking poison oak, Jeffrey. You're pretty tough. You're pretty tough. Yeah, that's no good. Um, I got like my lungs messed up one time when I was burning the stuff in a brush pile. It got me pretty good. It was poison oak. So no, veteran. I think I'm done for the night, man. Um, everyone on YouTube is boring and sucky, and they need to make better content. Um, or make more of it so they have more stuff to talk about. Like, make more tree stuff. Do the tree stuff. Make the cuts. Do the cuts. Make the monies. Do the camera stuff and all that. And I have a couple new channels that will be kind of integrating for next week. That's what I try to do for this. Each week I try to, when I'm doing the list for the week, I try to find a couple new channels, and I just subscribed to a couple new ones. I think I have a local guy. Well, he's not local, but he's got to be kind of close to me because his channel goes by Arborist of the Ozark. But the problem is, a lot of the channels nowadays only make shorts. Nobody puts the time in and makes videos. So it's like, it's tough. Like, I'm trying to give them a little bit of shine, but they're not putting out content, so it's like hard for me to do. That turtle dude, that metal and wood dude, he's like living proof that you can have over 20,000 something subscribers. Like, he's probably close to 25,000, something like that, and have absolutely no talent or no knowledge of a chainsaw and still have a big channel. So he's not putting out content really. I think his buddy in Jawa put another video up to look like just like all the other ones, look like he recorded it from a toaster. So that was really hard to watch. But yeah, I have some new channels for next week. I'll put out a new video for you guys tomorrow. Everyone just needs to remember, tree work is just, it's too easy for me anymore. Every part of it's too easy, even the hard stuff. I'm going to go the other direction, since seems to be a YouTuber, you have to embellish and be dramatic and like oversell it. I'm going to go the other way, and everything is too easy. So by comparison, I think that just makes me the best. Like, if it's hard for other people and for me it's just too easy, I mean, it explains itself. I don't have to explain it. Put a new video out for you tomorrow? Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Because that's going up on my members. What video is coming over? I have a video coming over. Oh, yeah. Tree work is too easy. Yeah. I think that's the name of the video. And for me, it's kind of always been like that. But I don't understand why other people have so much trouble with it. And it's just like so dramatic for them. Especially when they're doing these little bitty trees and stuff. And I'm doing all these huge, massive, giant trees. And making all the big cuts. And doing all the cool stuff. But it's still too easy. So that's coming. Tomorrow I will shift that one over to the channel for you guys. I'll put a new one on members for my members, which will come over to the channel eventually. And I will immediately tomorrow, I will start editing episode 1.5 of The Clout Criminals. and that will go straight onto the YouTube channel instead of going to members and staying on members like the other one is. I'm going to put this one out, and maybe I can entice a few more people to come over to the members. That's where, like, I need to grow the members. That way this doesn't, like, it takes enough time for me as it is. I can't have it costing me money. So when YouTube starts to cost me money and take all my time, it just gets rough to do. But I'm going to keep grinding for the fun of grinding, since it's routine and I'm an absolute creature of habit. I just repeatedly do stuff until I burn myself out. So we're going on about a decade of doing this. I don't always see myself stopping. I see the content changing a bit, but yeah, it is what it is. Guys, thank you, every one of you that chit-chatted with me here in the comments. All the channels that I talked about, thanks for putting out the content. Nothing's personal. Just having a laugh. But there is always a bit of truth behind some of that stuff, where I just want people to try to be a little safer at times and try to get a little better. Like, I'm not gonna come up here like I'm the best. Yeah, I am the best in the world, so I shouldn't say that. I'm not trying to tell you how to do everything. But if I see you do something that could be done a little safer, I may bring it up to you, and maybe you just had a glitch in your brain for a little bit, and I can keep somebody from getting hurt. That would make all this worth it. But yeah, I don't mean anything personal. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Actually, yeah, don't do anything. Don't do anything Tim does. That's what you should do. Just don't do what Tim does. See you.